What's the matter, Hangman? Can't sleep?
Cowboy shit!
I need my older brother!
Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
God damn it! Baby, back real!
You are now listening to Dark Side of the Elite with Randy Charpentier, Eric Reed, and Matt Roberts.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Dark Side of the Elite. The Betrayal Is Real, BTE 241. What is going on, guys? We got the WWE talk out of the way. It is time to go to our home where we are most comfortable. What we are here to do is talk about AEW and specifically being the Elite. And this week, we are back at the green screen. We are back in the woods with the Good Brothers, and they got a nice, cute little deer with them, or should I call it a buck? A buck. And Gallows, as he's been doing recently, he's getting a little frisky. And Carl Anderson has to remind him that you can't fuck that buck, bud. But as the Young Bucks enter the screen, we got, hypothetically speaking, a couple Young Bucks here that they could fuck over. And they want to know, are you talking about us? Nick and Matt Jackson, we're kind of overhearing that. And they kind of have a laugh together, say congratulations on our big win last week on Dynamite, but they had to edit that match. It might have been the most edited match in AEW Dynamite history. Now, Rand, I wanted to ask, me and Eric were mentioning, I don't know if you know, was this live Dynamite last Wednesday, or is this a taped one?
It was live. It was live last week, but remember, they go on about 30 seconds or a minute beforehand, I guess. But no, last week was live.
It was live.
Let me look. I'm pretty sure because the tickets were there.
We were wondering like how they could edit it if it was live like that much with the amount of spots that had to be taken out, I guess. But
it was only the smoking part.
It was
you know
just
what I mean?
that. Okay.
So
I guess
it could have been just the camera, right?
They cut to commercial or something.
No, the cameras. Don't go to this camera, go to that camera. Because if you watched it on TNT, you saw them do that powerbomb spot with all of them, right? But you just didn't see the type thing at the beginning, past the joint thing.
It's a shame. It's a crying shame.
So the Young Bucks are letting them know all their antics that match. They had to edit it out, including Gallows doing the big dick swinging of the tag team title belt between his legs. And we also get "You Can't Smiz Whiz" on TV, referring to the pot smoking thing that they showed a little clip of, where you got Gallows, Anderson, and Matt Jackson lining up the Dark Order for power bombs outside the ring, and they're passing a little doobie back and forth, having a toke. But Matt Jackson, you know what? He's a CAF, and he's not about the weed, so he says no thanks. And the Dark Order reversed it all on them on the outside anyway, smashed them all into the barricades. But I thought that was a funny little thing they did anyway, too. But
funny little part, good match.
Funny little part. The guys are kind of laughing together, sharing stories of the match, and they want to let Young Bucks let the Good Brothers know that the heat is not with the Good Brothers. It's with Don Callis.
What?
So they want to let the guys know their heat's not with them. It's with Don Callis and what he's been kind of doing. But the Good Brothers, they do stick up for the Donaconda because he books them strong in Impact. He pays them really good. So they're trying to kind of stick up for Don Callis here. And the Young Bucks kind of have a laugh and you say, what's the new catchphrase? The betrayal is real. So they throw it too sweet up to the betrayal is real. And we get, start messing with the green screen and the deer and the bucks on the green screen. So that's kind of the end of that segment there. What do you guys think?
I thought it was pretty good. I like the whole at the very end there. Again, always Gallows and Anderson off screen, just cracking them up, eh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Matt, I'm just gonna stay behind and pet the deer. And then all of a sudden, hey, don't fuck that buck, Matt. You know what I mean? Like, they always got one last one-liner every single time just to crack everybody up.
They're quite crude. Like, even Carl Anderson asks, can I come on BTE?
What?
Like, whoa, no wonder you got to edit your stuff. Like, we're going to have to edit BTE too, like with these guys hanging around.
Yeah, exactly.
One other thing I had a note too of after they were talking about the editing the match, Nick Jackson says it felt like 2013, not 2021 version of Bullet Club, because we know it sucks, and that this is not a storyline. We're not working with them. It ain't gonna happen. So I wasn't sure if that was a little bit of shooting right there from Nick Jackson, bigging up them as OGs of the Bullet Club, and that today's version's crap, and that all the beef with Tom on Twitter is not a joke, it's not a storyline. They're not angling for a match, and that they kind of don't seem to be fans of each other.
You're not.
How do you?
Tom is hurt. A little butt hurt.
Well, I'm wondering how they can like kind of save Bullet Club and like Kenny wear Bullet Club merch on Impact and stuff if New Japan owns the rights and they're not working together. You know what I mean? So like this could just be a work on Nick Jackson's part with these comments. I don't know.
It's not new Bullet Club merch though, right? It's old, right?
But they still own the copyright to the name. Like that's WWE couldn't just have AJ Styles and wear Bullet Club stuff, right? They had to come up with the club. So like how could AEW or Impact use another company's trademark?
I don't know that part.
So like, that's what makes me think that Nick Jackson's maybe just that comment, we're not working together, it ain't gonna happen, that might still be kayfabe, not a shoot kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But he threw that in there knowing exactly it's going to get this type of reaction, having the fans kind of guessing a bit maybe.
Or it could be a response to the whole, because I know online it's like it's kind of like teetering 50-50 on whether these storylines are working or not. You know what I mean?
What part? Like it's obviously like the storyline being set up as a work, but like in AEW it is. There's no like the shoot aspect might be the heat between Bullet Club Japan and what Kenny and the Bucks are doing in America,
Fair.
using their name and brand or something. That might be real heat. I don't know.
Yeah, fair point. I guess I don't know the whole story of it too, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, me neither. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving on from there, we get highlights of the Good Brothers and Young Bucks versus Dark Order, the 8-man tag from last Wednesday on Dynamite, including a little clip of that doob smoking spot in the outside of the ring, and it was a great match on Dynamite. Did you guys see the match, like the main event there? Did you have any thoughts on it?
Johnny looked amazing.
Johnny Silver?
Yes, Johnny looked amazing all through it. All the Dark Order looked good through it. It was a good match. I was hoping maybe Dark Order would go over somehow, but I guess hoping does nothing. But they did look damn good, especially Johnny. So all the impromptu reversals.
Yeah.
And Johnny going wild outside the ring and inside the ring was pretty good.
John's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Eric?
What's up? No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
I did. Was
Randy-
everybody
Randy-
waiting for me to say something?
Yeah, sorry. Randy threw to you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm keeping that in unedited. By the way, that's hilarious. The match was good. The one thing I really liked about it was like obviously the Silver and Gallows stuff. Like when Silver gets tagged in, I want Gallows. I want, I don't want the rest of you. I want him. You know what I mean? And that was pretty good. Brought a little bit of comedy aspect to it. Yeah. The reach for the hand,
Yeah.
And also, I do like that Silver spot he's been doing recently where he like just goes nuts outside the ring. Like he'll throw like the kick on the apron and then run around cannonball like senton. Like, you know what I mean? Like running senton. Sorry.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like John Silver's hot tag right now is like one of the most fun ones to watch. He's rivaling Nick Jackson's hot tag.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned this on a few episodes ago, it reminds me of that crazy one Cesaro had, that really famous hot tag Cesaro did. Like John Silver's pulling one of those out all the time now. Like the whole Dark Order as a unit too look great. Like even Alex Reynolds is like out there like hitting moves crisp and clean, and there's a lot of like intricate double team and triple team spots that they're just nailing. That match was a lot of fun to watch.
It was.
Last thing I'd noticed, I wanted to point out when we were getting the fan cam on BTE here of that match, just how like cavernous and empty the arena is when you're just watching. It's like, here's this main event level match that would just have 30,000 people going wild, and you can hear the echo of the ring bouncing and like everything. It's just so weird still just to hear wrestling and see it in like such a completely empty setting. But
soon though.
Soon.
Hopefully soon. Yeah, hopefully soon. They're saying probably might be the end of March or beginning of March. So you never know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll definitely keep our eyes and ears peeled for that. Next up, we have one of my favorite scenes of this week, actually. We have Anna Jay and Tay Conti both looking great. They're outside Daly's place. They're strolling down kind of the exit ramp, and here comes Stu Grayson, and Anna absolutely yard sales Stu over the railing down to like the wheelchair accessible ramp below. Just hammers him. And Tay Conti right away asks Anna, is like, do you like him? Referring to Stu, and are you serious? Let's go. She's not letting on that she does, but we finally have this tease now for Stu and Anna.
That Monty Brown pounce that she did on him this time, that's all I could think of. Boom! He's gone. That was concrete, too.
Well, it reminds me of like in grade school when like if you liked a girl or a girl liked you, you'd always kind of like pick on them or like be mean to them sometimes or whatever, just looking for attention. And maybe that's what Anna Jay's been doing here with Stu. Maybe she's got a crush on the guy.
Yeah, maybe. I never beat up my girls, though.
Not beat.
Okay, sorry.
Girls catch boys.
Oh. Nobody beat me up.
I didn't beat anybody up either. Let's not start any internet rumors. But even you notice Eddie Kingston's just standing there watching the whole time too, just like, what the fuck?
Well, I love it too. He pulls down his mask and you see him. He's just like, he could see him. He's like not even involved in the scene, just texting somebody on his phone. Then all of a sudden he's like, am I in this now? Like, what's going on? Like, am I part of this scene? What's going on?
Should have cut a promo.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to say something. Yeah. But up next, we have Luchasaurus, and I believe he was kind of going over some chess strategy, talking to himself. But we have Brendan Cutler, his opponent from last week on Dark. He comes in peace. He's looking for a truce. And Cutler just comes clean, tells Luchasaurus that he destroyed him, and he has a peace offering with a Dungeons and Dinosaurs t-shirt. And he's sorry that he said the F word. Do you guys remember what the F word was?
Fossil.
Oh, fossil.
And Luchasaurus compliments him on a good match, told him he fought hard, and Luchasaurus even let him kick out of a couple of his big moves, and he doesn't know why he let him do that. Breaking kayfabe a little bit there. I'll let you kick out of my moves. I thought that was kind of funny, but
it was.
Luchasaurus, he wants Cutler, if you really want to make it up and say you're sorry, to learn some dino history and go through sensitive training in his wonderland. Sensitivity training in his wonderland. And what would a wonderland be for Luchasaurus? A dino park. Is that what it was?
It's like a mechanical dinosaur exhibit. Yeah.
Mechanical.
Jurassic
right?
Quest.
Jurassic Quest. That's right. And we get really cute music underneath, and Luchasaurus and Brendan Cutler are in like a golf cart or whatever, and they go through a little tour of Dinosaur Quest, and Marco stunts along for the ride. And they really love this T-Rex. They were taking all sorts of touristy photos with the T-Rex, having a great time. And Jurassic Quest bus takes off at the end, leaving Luchasaurus behind. He wants them to, says, guys, don't forget about me.
I don't know if they set this skit up just for that day, because it looked like it was in a parking lot with those little pylons all around in their golf cart.
It was,
I don't know. Yeah. So at first I thought it was mini putt, and I was getting kind of excited, but then no. It was, don't get me wrong, this was good too. But I just wondered how or why they set it up.
I couldn't quite figure that out either. If like, where is this place? What is this place kind of thing? But it looked pretty cool.
It kind of looks like the parking lot of Daly's place. Like they just set it up there just for that. Does it not? Like,
yeah, true.
That'd be an expensive BTE bit, perhaps, eh? Like bringing all that in just for this. There had to have been like something there, and they're like, okay, we have to jump on this for like a Luchasaurus thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty funny little segment they did here. They did a good job with like the video, with the music and everything. I thought it was kind of like one of the better skits for Luchasaurus and Cutler in the last little bit.
To be fair, I've been kind of enjoying the Luchasaurus and Cutler together. Like, I like it. I just don't like their matches. But like, you know, like it's unfortunate because when they fight in the ring, it's not the best. But like the build-ups were good. I had no issue with it. Dinosaur versus Dragon, it's a good concept. You know what I mean? And Cutler's entertaining, like when he talks and stuff like that. He's not like really bad at talking, right? So
I totally agree.
With Jungle Boy going off, does this mean that they might tag Dungeons and Dinosaurs?
You could do something. You could do something like that, I guess, down the road. Or it does have a ring to it, like Eric just said. Like there's like something about like whether it's his teammates or his opponents. Like the Dragons and Dinosaurs thing does have a ring to it. It's kind of funny. Yeah. I can see that working. But moving on from there, we have the Dark Order Slumber Party.
Dark Orgy.
The Dark Orgy.
Sorry.
No, that's on the X-rated BT.
Oh. OnlyFans.
Yeah, the OnlyFans BT. The Dark Order Slumber Party. The boys have turned the Dark Order lair into a fort. Specifically, Stu Grayson. He's built a great fort out of blankets, and he mentions how he had did 10 years of construction for a reason. It's finally come in handy for him. You can build a great pillow and blanket fort for the boys.
You worked 10 years in construction. 10 years construction worker.
We got Alan Angels. He brings the candy, which promptly gets ripped out of his hands, and John Silver says, "No girls! Anna, you pop in. 5, get the fuck out of here." So no girls allowed. That means Alan Angels, you're gone, but Anna Jay can stay. So we know what the boys think of number 5 there. So bye-bye 5. Go eat a shit. Go eat a human shit, asshole. So the boys are like, they're ready. 5's gone. They're ready to go into the fort. And on their way in, 10 gives Silver a nice big old booty slap on his way into the fort there. And the boys all cuddle up inside. And we get scary stories, because what do you do when you're having a sleepover in the tent? You tell scary stories, right?
Absolutely.
So Colt Cabana, he's telling a scary story. And that's the point when I invested in a defined benefits plan instead of a diversified ETF portfolio. So old dad telling us shitty, scary stories. But who's got the... Sorry, go ahead.
So good. I was watching 10 on the ground there, and Nuno cuddling while he's telling the story. It was funny as hell. Did you see them like groping each other?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They all look pretty cute in their pajamas, and they're all cuddled up.
Just bro time. Just bro time.
Bro time.
Just bro time.
Well, during this bro time, we need to know who's got the next ghost story. John Silver says, "I know who." Anna. Oh my God, one of the all-time Anna bombardments, and she's trying so hard not to crack. Colt Cabana cracks, she cracks, and then she's just like, "I'm out of here." She can't take it anymore. And as she leaves, the boys decide they want to talk about their crushes. Stu Grayson says Wardlow's kind of hot, but 10 lets him know Wardlow is mine. Yeah. So Wardlow, a big hit with the Dark Order guys. And John Silver thinks number 10 is a cute little bear, and his 10's wearing a cute little bear ear hood on his pajamas. And they're all just snuggled up, acting all cute. But we go outside, Anna Jay outside of the fort, and here's Hangman, Adam Page, and it looks like he's kind of stealing a bottle of Jack Daniels.
As he does.
Right? As one does.
As one does.
But Anna wants Hangman to move on, and that to take the bottle, get the fuck out of here. Hangman's And Anna said that Hangman broke the boys' hearts. So she's not happy with Adam and the fact that he's even there. But Hangman kind of tries to plead his case, saying he's got a flashlight. And it seemed more like he wants to join in on the slumber party with the boys and hang out with the crew. And here Anna kind of cuts him off at the pass, tells him to get the fuck out of here. Felt really bad for Hangman, but I can't blame Anna for kind of standing up for her guys after what he did, saying no to the Dark Order. And just when we thought kind of that was over with, we see that number 5, Alan Angelus, he overhears the whole conversation. And he asks, "What was that?" And Anna says, "You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear anything." And Anna threatens 5 that he'll be treated like stew if he says anything to the boys.
A fate worse than death. No, man. Oh, Jesus.
Poor 5, but they were all outside of the fort. They were just on top of the fort. Anna was like beside it, 5 was on top of it, and all the boys were inside. It was cute. It was very, very cute. All of them looked a little cute. 10 was funny as hell. Remember, I always tell you, always watch all the other stuff going around. Johnny's sitting there. When Anna left, Johnny went over and moved over and had his legs wide open. And if you look, 10 was like looking up his shirt. You know what I mean? Silver had one of those girl, what do you call them? Pajama freaking.
Those long nighty tops, night tops.
Yeah, the 3/4 thing. So Johnny has his legs open. You see 10 just looking up his fucking shirt. It was funny as hell.
The Dark Order boys, and specifically John Silver and 10, they love their innuendo. They do it quite comedically.
They do.
But I felt bad for Hangman here, but at the same time, it's also like you told the boys no, you didn't want to join, but you just try to kind of come and hang out anyway. I can't blame Anna Jay here in storyline.
Well, it does beckon the fact that maybe he didn't really fully think saying no all the way through, right? Maybe he really did want to join, but he just was having reservations, right?
Well, he wants his cake and eat it too, I guess. Hang out with the Dark Order and party when he wants, but not join.
Fair enough.
Whatever, right?
Fair enough.
But there's still a connection here, so this story isn't over yet, judging by this, and I think we'll see where it goes. It doesn't seem to be totally wrapped up. This is kind of pushing it along a little bit.
That's good, because the Dark Order needs Adam Page.
So moving on from there, though, we are back with Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt, and Private Party. And Matt Hardy's on the phone in the hallway with who I could not quite decipher who he was talking to on the phone. Did you guys know? Did I miss it? No. But Matt Hardy is talking about how much money he made on a bet. And he bet on Luchasaurus to beat Brendan Cutler on Dark last week after encouraging that dummy to take Luchasaurus on for the match. And the fact that Cutler was on a winning streak, Matt Hardy got some pretty good odds betting on Luchasaurus to beat him. So I guess he suckered Cutler into the match, bet on Luchasaurus, made a bunch of money. And they call him a dumbass while he is filming this bit. And the guys are literally laughing right in his face as he's filming them, calling him an idiot. And Brendan Cutler gives the finger back at him. I had a good laugh at this. But Matt Hardy wants to know if Private Party is ready for the Good Brothers, if they're ready to challenge for the Impact Tag Team titles. And Mark Quinn has the ring bell. And they say, we're ready, and they sneak into a dressing room there just off the hallway where Luke Gallows is sleeping, and they ring the bell right in his face while he's sawing logs. Gallows wakes up, freaks out, and they turn him into Festus with a PH just in case Vince still owns the rights.
With a PH.
With a PH, so Luke Gallows woken up and turned into a monster like Festus used to be.
And he was sleeping like him and looked exactly like him when he was
That's
doing
exactly what they were going for, right? That was pretty funny. Yeah. And in comes Carl Anderson and says, if he's Festus with a PH, that means I'm Jesse, and I don't want to be Jesse. Who is Jesse? Why don't I remember that?
It was his tag team partner, the cousin. Remember?
Was it? No.
Who was he? Had blonde hair, right? And they were tag teams or whatever. And Jesse could only control Festus.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Festus always used to walk in really, until the bell rang, he was like a zombie, and then the bell rang, he would fight. Then the bell ring would end. The bell would ring to end the match, and he'd turn into a zombie again.
Yeah, okay.
Jesse was his tag team partner and his cousin.
See, that was one of my like dark periods of watching WWE. I guess because I remember that he just from reading that he was Festus, but I never actually watched it when it was going on, so I didn't know who that was.
Look up the picture of him back then.
I shall. But the Private Party, they take off from the dressing room, reunite with Matt Hardy out in the hallway, and Matt Hardy says, if you guys can get in their head, you have the advantage. And like, want to know if they're hungry? Let's go get some lunch. And they go for biscuits and gravy. So Matt Hardy taking care of his boys during the Private Party.
Could you say they're the Hardy Boys?
What?
Got a raging clue.
Oh, my clue's pointing this way.
The Dark Order lair, raging clues over there. But I've liked where this storyline with Matt Hardy and the Private Party's finally gone. We've spent so much breath talking about it, but Private Party's not kind of tweening anymore of fighting against Matt Hardy. They're going right with it, so they're more of a full-blown unit now. Yes!
So. Good. It is getting better.
It is getting better. Next up, we have Nyla Rose on the phone, and she's talking to someone, not too sure who it is, but she mentions that their problem is they might have too much money, that she thinks that some people are after her, and to meet her in the place, I left that thing that time. And it cuts to black real quick. So I think we're led to believe Nyla Rose was talking to probably Vicky Guerrero.
I would assume.
Because cutting right from black, we get Griff Garrison dancing in a dressing room to like a dance track. And the dance track is just a sample of Vicky Guerrero's "Excuse me."
What?
Weird.
It's so fucked. It doesn't make any sense.
So I don't know. Yeah, someone made a song out of Vicky Guerrero's classic line, "Excuse me," which Griff Garrison's dancing to after Nyla Rose was talking to someone on the phone about they have too much money and someone's after her and to meet her somewhere.
And it was only for like 1 second you seen Griff dancing.
It was so quick. The whole thing must have been like 23 seconds.
Not even 8 seconds. I timed it exactly. Like it's so ridiculous. And like even in my notes I have just what the fuck just happened. Like I'm still confused until you explained that it was a clip of like it was a sampled version of Vicky Guerrero saying "excuse me." I'm like, oh, so it went with the scene before. I thought it was just for no fucking reason.
And I was still trying to figure out how to tie it to the scene before. Yeah, because it goes from Nyla like talking on the phone, real quick little bit of dialogue, okay, and then it cuts to Griff Garrison dancing to something that Vicky Guerrero track. I don't know.
These Nyla Rose and like Vicky Guerrero bits get weirder and weirder. Like every time they make no sense every single week.
It's almost like fetish porn.
Well, I don't know about that.
I do. I'm wearing a mask.
The Dark Order guys with their teddy bear pajamas or something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they're into something.
Yeah, definitely. They're into the BTE title because that is up next. And John Silver, the defending champion, he starts us off one of his legendary awkward intros. Introducing the competition today. It's him versus Sammy Guevara in a field goal competition. They get 3 shots each. Whoever gets the most wins. If they got to go to a fourth or an overtime, so be it. The champion, John Silver's confident. We got Fuego there. He's helping out Sammy, and he's going to be the one holding the ball for the kicks today. And they look to be kicking from what, like 10 yards out, maybe?
10 yards.
Yeah, 10 yards.
5 yards?
10 yards.
10 yards
max,
for sure.
but 10.
Yeah, it was not very far out. But we start off with Sammy Guevara first, and he just duffs it. Shit kick. He's 0 for 1 right off the hop. Not happy. John Silver. I thought of you, Randy, when you said last week that Johnny Silver's got the short legs. Maybe Sammy's got a bit of an advantage with the height on him. And it turned out to be the case this week, as John Silver doesn't kick very good himself. He goes 0 for 1 with a shit kick right off the hop. Sammy's up next. He's 0 for 2. Second attempt, not much better than the first. He hammers it right off the big blue football blocker things they got on the field.
You got to watch for
Johnny
those guys.
Silver.
They're good at blocking, you know what I mean?
But Johnny's hungry. Johnny Silver's up next, and he buries one. He goes, "That's fucking good." He's 1 for 2 on the day. And Sammy Guevara needs this one. He needs the next one, or he's done. And John Silver right into the camera. And the pressure's on.
Doesn't he go, "This is for Jesus" at that point?
Yeah, Sammy
Before the
does.
first one. This is for Jesus.
Yeah, Sammy, this is for Jesus. And John Silver says, "You know what? This is for the biggest professional wrestling and professional wrestling." And Sammy says, "It's the realest one."
Yeah.
Which is true. This is the
Fair
only
point.
one that's not booked. This is the realest one. We mentioned that a few weeks ago. And before his last shot, too, Fuego's kind of giving Sammy some tips. He's giving him some advice on how to improve his kick on his field goal, telling him to change the angle of his foot a bit, like where to kind of kick off from. So it seems to work because Sammy nails a much better kick. He goes 1 for 3, ties the game. And Sammy says, "This is for Jesus Christ the Almighty." He seemed to be right into praise Jeebus on this episode. And Fuego says they're going to have to rename the belt the BVE for the best vlog ever after Sammy wins this year.
It's clever.
And
extremely
Silver's up next for his third shot. And Silver, he could clinch it here, but he duffs one himself. He's 1 for 3. The game is tied, but Sammy and Fuego think it's over. And they start celebrating and jumping around until, wait, Johnny still gets one more shot here. He still gets one more shot. And unfortunately for John Silver, he misses. He doesn't get a good kickoff. So Fuego says, "The boyhood dream has come true." The classic Vince McMahon line when Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12. We have a new BTE champion, and it is Sammy Guevara. And the title has changed brands, too. It is now over on Sammy's blog or vlog. He says, "You want to see the belt? You got to come check over on his show now." And they're going to cut it in half again, this time for real. But
It was for Santa Claus.
yes,
As
he
well.
says it was for Santa Claus. But John Silver makes note as well that this asshole has to bring this title everywhere he goes now. And security will ask him, he's like, "You're the champion? What are the champion of?" And he has to tell him, "Oh, YouTube." He doesn't have to deal with that shit anymore. So now Sammy's got to bring that belt around just like Trent and Silver before him. But yeah, this is where Sammy mentions this for you, Santa Claus. And this is the power of Jesus. That's what he did it for. And Sammy poses with the belt, and he asks if Brendan Cutler could edit in some fire with him while he's got his hands over his head. And I'm pretty sure right before the episode ends, Brendan just goes, "No way." No, Brendan's not supporting Sammy's vlog at all. But that was the end of BTE this week. We got a new BTE champion, Sammy Guevara. What did you guys think of the show today?
Can I just say something about the last segment there that I didn't understand?
By all means.
Johnny Silver, you're kicking for field goals and you're wearing jeans.
What?
Doesn't make sense. Sammy Guevara, you're kicking for field goals and you're wearing construction boots or Timberlands. Don't make sense. Yeah, the short leg thing. They were kicking. They didn't even kick it a yard. They kicked it literally right into the dirt in front of them. And you've seen it, like the grass in front of them. Go for it. It's too bad. One of AEW's longest running champions lost his belt. He'll get a belt. He'll get it back. But Sammy screwed it up as well by putting it on his Twitter not even seconds after the episode aired. So Eric spoiled that for me.
I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you.
Yeah,
to
you
check
told me to
Twitter.
look at Sammy's Twitter.
No.
Oh.
I did kind of ruin it for him before it came out today because I did say there is some interesting developments in the BT title, which I maybe shouldn't have said.
Like, what do you mean?
But I was very disappointed that John Silver lost, even though I kind of had a feeling it had to come to an end sometime, and if anything, it was gonna. The only unfortunate part is the fact that it went to Sammy, and it makes me feel like it's a work because now you have to go to Sammy's vlog to see it. Does that mean that the title champ defenses are over on Sammy's vlog?
I hope not. I hope we still see it on this. But Sammy's vlog has been okay. It hasn't been as good up till Christmas. It's still been okay. So it'd be good to see it on both. Maybe put it back and forth. But what are they going to do with all this time? Like literally, it was 18-minute show this week. 7 minutes was the field goal thing. Estimated.
Yeah, I mean, these BT title matches are good if they take up a certain amount of time on it. Like I enjoy them every single time, right? So I'd be okay if they took up like if it was an 18-minute episode, it took up 9 minutes. I'd be fine with that, right? You know what I mean? So.
Right. What about you?
Yeah, it's hard to come up with content every week, and this has been kind of one of those segments that they can rely on every single week now just to film something stupid to fill time. And I don't like there's these games that they're playing, we're watching it live. Like whoever's winning them is winning them. They're stupid games, and Silver happened to come out on top on most of them. And now, unfortunately, how did Sammy get the title match? He had the longest bar like hold where he had to hang from the bar. He got the title shot, and I'm assuming it was John Silver got to pick the challenge of the field goals, and he might have burned himself by picking that if that's the case.
Yeah.
But I love the football breakdown there, Rand. Though they could have used you there for some tips and tricks on how to kick some field goals better.
Yeah, that and Kool-Aid.
That and Kool-Aid. They don't bring the sugar either, right?
Yeah.
Just Randy yelling off to the side, "What are you doing? Kicking it in the dirt, Jesus!"
But I noticed too,
the first thing I thought was Sammy is wearing construction boots. Because you see Timberlands. Yeah, Timberlands. How the hell are you gonna fuck? Well, I guess it may help. I don't know, but it didn't help him for sure.
Who knows what they were doing beforehand too? Like they're just like at the arena and he's dressed how he's dressed, and it's like, okay, we got access to the football field right now. Let's go do it. And they don't give a crap or whatever. That's right.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of these bits seem like very impromptu. Like they kind of just throw it together on the spot. Like sometimes that's where you get the best stuff, right? So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot like recording this podcast. You just hit record and you never know what the hell's going to happen.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I guess you got any thank yous there, Eric, that you want to go through?
Yeah, if you can, give us a follow on Twitter at Dark Side of the E, Instagram at Dark Side of the Elite, and check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be posting full episodes on YouTube and possibly clips from the episode as well. We're trying out some new stuff with the YouTube stuff, so we're just kind of seeing what works. If you guys are enjoying it, let us know. Let us know on Facebook if you're part of the group or on our page or anything. Feel free to leave us a comment down below. Matt, you got anything you want to thank, or anybody, I should say?
I want to thank you two and all the listeners every week. Wouldn't be possible without all of y'all. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. I love listening to you guys ramble on. Wrestling's the best, and see you next week.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, thank you guys both for it as well. We got a lot of stuff coming up. You check us out on the Dark Side of the Elite Facebook page, Dark Side Elite YouTube channel, We the Dark Order North. New things coming up at the end of January. You guys saw little teasers. You're going to see probably 1 or 2 teasers a week that's coming up at the end of February. Looking forward to that. And I guess till next week, hopefully when you come, man, join us.
Throw the paws up.